G'day folks, Conor here from C-Dubs Media, back with another video, and today we're doing an unboxing of the Vivo Y52 5G. So without further ado, let's get stuck into the video. Okay, this is currently selling for 349 Aussie dollars. That's in JB Hi-Fi. You'll probably get it cheaper in a day or so because it's just been released there at the time of filming this, and that is the 11th of August. So we have the 5G 48 megapixel camera, 5000 milliamp hour battery, Vivo Y52 5G, 4 gigabytes of RAM, 128 gigabytes of storage. Let's see what you get in the box. A booklet, and I guarantee you a case. Samsung, Apple, a case. Make sure you give everyone a case, guys. Don't be stingy. You make more money than anyone else on the planet. Just give everyone a friggin' case. Put that aside. Look at that, Apple, Samsung, a charging brick. Fancy that. A charging cable. And some fairly cheap headphones. So not too bad. There's also a SIM ejection tool in there as well. But we're here for the phone. This is the first Vivo phone I have ever unboxed or reviewed. So this is going to be interesting for me. Like sometimes you get you're stuck in your mojo and you get used to the phones that you're reviewing, and Samsung, Oppo, Realme, you get used to them all. But so far, Vivo haven't reviewed one. So there's the back of it. What color is this? I didn't even check what color it is. The color of this one is graphite black. And I must say, in that light there, it can look pretty blue, but out of the light, it definitely looks black. So I do like that. So you got a 48 megapixel camera on the back and a 2 megapixel macro, and then you have a 2 megapixel depth sensor as well. And then on the front, you have an 8 megapixel camera as well. So we're not expecting massive results out of this camera. We are expecting average results. It is 1080p video, front and back, 30 frames per second. So we're not going to get any 1080p 60 or anything like that, but I'll still give it a run for its money and see if we can get some good footage out of it. All right, let's start this. Now, on the bottom here, we have USB Type-C, headphone jack, speaker, and a microphone. On the back, you have your camera. On the top, you have your SIM card tray. On the other side, you have your fingerprint sensor. I think that's a fingerprint sensor. We'll figure that out. On the other side, anyway, you have your power on button and your volume up and down. And we'll check to see if that's fingerprint. Now, while we're waiting for this to boot up, I will just tell you that this is currently running a MediaTek MT6833 Dimensity 700 chip, which is a 5G chip, 7 nanometers, has an octa-core CPU, and for the GPU, it is currently running the Mali G57 MC2. If any of that means anything to anyone, happy days. But basically, it's a medium chipset, medium range chipset, maybe in a little bit low end, but we'll see how well it runs on that Fun Touch in Android 11. Now, as you know, it takes a while to set up a Google phone from start to finish, especially with all my apps that I'm going to review the phone with. So I'm just going to quickly get it booted up and do a quick camera test on a couple of things in this low light situation, and then see how it works. And then we'll come back in a week maybe for the full review. And it is a fingerprint scanner on the side here, so that's good to know. You know what, first thing I've got to say, it's in the worst spot. I never know why they put fingerprint scanners on the sides. I think it's ridiculous. There's definitely no need for it. It's just so unnatural. It feels horrible already. Straight away, we've got a system update, which is good to see. But straight up, first experience with Fun Touch OS, which is on top of Android. And it looks pretty stock, eh? It looks pretty stock standard. So I'm going to say that that's a good thing. I would rather have the stock standard software with a little bit of customization than something heavy. Like Samsung for me is still too heavy. Good to see. All right, let's test this camera out. Here's the camera, Canon lens cap, tap on it, take the photo, quick shutter. That's always good, quick shutter. You don't want any delays. And that looks pretty good to me. I mean, $349 phone. That looks fine. I'll take another one just to see, for argument's sake. And again, quick shutter and a nice looking photo, sharp enough, good enough to send on social media, share with your friends, that sort of thing. You're not expecting Spielberg movies or award-winning portrait photography or anything from this camera. Let's do a portrait shot on the front-facing camera. And here we go. I just noticed a bit of a delay when I'm speaking and the camera watching my mouth move, so that's interesting. Again, front-facing camera, quick photo, shutter's nice and fast. Let's have a quick look. I don't think that's a bad photo. You know what I mean? Like, it could be a lot worse. So far I'm liking it. Let's just have a look. Where's more? Let's go 48 megapixel. That was definitely sharper looking. I could tell straight away. 48 megapixel mode, that's where you want to be for your photos. So what do I think? 1080p display, not bad. Well, I'll test it out more, but it looks okay. I mean, it's what you want it to be for this price range. It's $349. Fingerprint scanner on the side, bit of a hit and miss there. Camera on the back is good enough. 48 megapixel and 8 and 2 megapixel macro. USB type C, that's always good to see. And let's just have a look. A quick look. Gonna put a SIM card in this. In the SIM card tray. There's enough room for a micro SD card. Well, micro SD card and your SIM card. So that's good to see. I will be testing out a 5G SIM card in this, a Telstra one. Face unlock actually just works really, really quickly. So you've got to be happy with that. Let's just try it again for the camera's sake. And it was unlocked. So if I double tap and swipe, it's unlocked. Double tap, swipe, unlocked. Really fast. Did you see that on the camera? Double tap, swipe, unlocked. Really fast if you ask me. Let's go with the fingerprint scanner. And I think that just checked my face, so let's do it again. Fingerprint scanner is actually pretty quick as well. So you can judge that from when my thumb touches it to when it comes on. Not bad, not bad. So, 4 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of storage. I'm going to test it out for gaming and all sorts of stuff because we're all going to want to have some fun with our phone when we get it, no matter how much we pay for it. We want to have a decent camera, ability to do a little bit of gaming, maybe some video calls, watching content. So we're going to make sure it's up to standard for all of that stuff. Case fits nicely. Thank you, Vivo, for throwing in the case. Graphite black, I really like it. Looks pretty good. Let's have a quick look again at the software. We're swiping up. It seems to be scrolling fast enough. That's what you want for this price point. I'm going to set it all up, have a good crack at it, see how well it really operates, how smooth it is. But first impressions, not too bad. I think for the price, you can't really argue with it. There's a few in there around the same price point that might come close to it. I think it's the Samsung A22 maybe, or something like that. And then maybe another one from Oppo, very similar. So let's check it out and catch you in the full review. Check it.